Hey there, Melanie McNamara, real estate consultant and associate broker with Keller Williams Realty. Are you shopping for homes, submitting offers, and getting beat out time and time again by other buyers in a hot seller's market? Well, stick around. In this video, I'm going to show you how to bulletproof your offer, beat out those other buyers, and win the home of your dreams. Okay, first step. Get pre-approved. Now, you shouldn't even be looking at homes without a pre-approval, but for now, let's talk about the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. With a pre-qualification, the lender takes the information a buyer tells them, looks at the overall financial picture, and issues a pre-qualification subject to final verification of all information. A pre-approval takes it further. The lender will verify the information given by pulling the credit report, collecting and verifying pay stubs, W-2s, bank statements, verifying employment, so that the pre-approval is then subject only to the appraisal. This shows the seller that you're a strong buyer who's effectively demonstrated your ability to purchase. And here's your pro tip. As always, I'm going to recommend that you hire a local, reputable realtor and lender. And when you're competing with other offers, a reputation for professionalism can make or break as well. The list agent is going to share with their seller, hey, I've worked with this agent before. They have a great reputation for being honest and fair, and this lender is known for issuing solid pre-approvals and getting loans closed fast. So it's important to have the right people on your team. Next is financing. There are many different loan products, and those can have a strong impact on a seller's decision. If you have cash, fantastic. You'll need some form of proof of funds, such as a bank statement or a letter from your banking institution, verifying that you have the funds available to purchase. The seller then doesn't need to be concerned about the property appraising at value or required appraisal repairs as they would with a mortgage loan. But since most people don't have cash to purchase a new home, you'll most likely be financing. Conventional is generally considered the most desirable to a seller. It demonstrates the buyer has a higher credit score, a lower debt to income, more down payment, which means they most likely have more cash reserves to tap into if necessary. Other products include FHA, which requires a lower credit score and down payment, VA, which is a product for veterans and those currently serving in the military, which requires no down payment. And often FHA and VA have stricter appraisal repair guidelines, which will definitely impact the seller's decision depending on the home's condition. If they believe there may be repair costs in order to close the deal, they're more apt to go with the conventional financing. There's multiple other loan programs and down payment assistant add-ons that you can discuss with your realtor and lender about the pros and cons of each. The fewer contingencies, the better. After financing, the home inspection is generally the most common contingency. While I don't advise that you waive that contingency, it's something you'll need to discuss with your realtor. There are ways to make it more attractive to the seller, such as reducing the amount of time you request to perform the inspections and release the contingency. So knowing you'll perform those inspections right away so you can move forward with the transaction in a timely manner can be very appealing to a seller. Don't write in anything unnecessary that will tempt the seller to counter your offer or choose another one over yours. Keep it clean. If they have items reserved, don't ask for those items at the time of offer. You can always go back later, see if they've changed their minds about parting with the window treatments they sewed from scratch or the bird bath in the garden. Offer a larger earnest money deposit. This shows you have funds available, indicating your financial strength as well as your commitment to purchasing the home. It shows that you have a little skin in the game, so to speak. Write with a strong offer price. Don't lowball when you're competing, expecting to get a great deal in a hot seller's market. You most likely have only one chance of winning the bid. There's no guarantee the seller is going to be countering any of the offers. They may just plan to accept the best one to work with. Offer an amount you'd be thrilled if you won, and be at peace with your decision if you didn't, because you know you wouldn't have paid a cent more for that house. Closing costs. Oftentimes, a buyer will write an offer asking for the seller to contribute funds back to cover their closing costs. For example, the house is listed at $200,000. You offer $200,000 and ask for up to $5,000 back in closing costs. That's not a full price offer to the seller. They look at it as a net offer of $195,000. So that indicates to them that maybe you're not as strong financially as another buyer who's not asking for closing costs, and that can lose you the house. So don't ask for them if you don't absolutely need them. Be creative. Find out what's important to the seller. If you can't go up in price, there are other ways to make your offer more appealing. Maybe the seller wants a quick closing, and that's more important to them than the offer price. Or perhaps they need time after closing to move to their new home, and you're flexible. So you offer them occupancy back after closing and at no cost. Maybe there's a special assessment on the property that needs to be paid off at closing. Check with your lender if you can assume that assessment for them, which saves them money, which makes their net offer higher, even if your offer price isn't as high. Get personal. Write a letter to the seller telling them everything you love about their home, how it's in the same neighborhood you grew up in and you have nostalgic memories and you used to drive by daily, imagining you live there. You can picture your kids playing in the backyard on the swing sets. It's close to your job, so you can spend more time with your family. Whatever it may be, give them a picture of how much you want their house. And that can make a difference to some sellers when they're evaluating their offers. You're not just another name and number on a piece of paper. Now, it doesn't work for all sellers, especially if it's a bank-owned property or maybe an investor, but it can have an effect on some sellers. So what did I forget? If you have any other suggestions or questions, please share them in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, please consider subscribing and sharing with someone you think could benefit from these tips. If you're looking for an agent, send me a message and I'll be happy to connect you with a great realtor in your area. Thanks for watching and make it a great day.